Just going out for a ride. Sunday afternoon. I haven't just taken an afternoon ride in a while. What's up, folks? You're probably looking right at my chest. I don't know how much of you can see with that set up on the front of my windshield, but we'll try it, see what it looks like, and make changes if we have to. Try and find some shade, maybe, some shady back road here to ride. That sun's pretty bright. Well, this remote seems to work pretty well on my handlebar here, which surprises me a little bit. But as long as the camera is facing me, I can actually see what's going on. Oh, by the way, 1, 2, 3, 2. Yeah, so I can, as long as I have this facing me, I can see when the camera's on. If not, then I have to have it going to my phone, and then it uses quite a bit of power with the Wi-Fi. I think it shortens the battery life, although I don't know by how much. Anyway, I'm going to slow it down here coming into Bedford, New Hampshire. Oh, I'm over here on Route 13, Goffstown, headed over to New Boston, New Hampshire, which is a nice little town. Just going to do a little bit of a circuit. Just a relaxing day. I wanted some shady roads, get out of the sun. It's about 84, 85 degrees right now, and it's in the afternoon. That's one of the reasons I waited. It was a little bit hotter earlier in the day, and I just thought I'd take like a late afternoon, early evening ride. I'll be home by dark, for sure. It's not going to be that long a ride, but I wanted to take the opportunity to talk to you about a couple of things. Yeah, I've been thinking a bit. I love riding my motorcycle, and I love traveling, and I've been trying to think of whether or not I could kind of do this, maybe not full-time, but for long stretches at a time, 2 months, 3 months at a time. I'm wondering if I could handle it really psychologically. I just don't know what it would be like to be alone. And you're never really alone. You have cell phones, you have the internet, you have texting. So you're not really alone. But, the one thing that I found, I've traveled, I would say, in the last 2 years, I spent probably maybe 3 to 4 weeks riding alone when I've been on the road, on my way to meet somebody or on the way back from meeting somebody. I've been alone. I've been on the road alone for 3 weeks out of, 3 months. And sometimes it gets, lonely. You like to share a meal with somebody, and when I've been traveling, I can remember getting I was in New Mexico. Santa Rosa, sound familiar? Something like that. And I was at the McDonald's, and as I was getting my meal, an older woman was getting her meal, and I could see she was obviously alone as well. And I invited her to sit with me and share lunch. So, which she did. She graciously accepted. We had a great conversation. She was coming from Las Vegas, Nevada. I think that's where she was coming from. And she was coming from a typewriter convention, of all things. A typewriter convention. I never knew there was such a thing. And what I said was, do they even use typewriters anymore? And she said, well, not really, but that's why we collect them. So I guess there's a group of people who collect typewriters, which is as cool as collecting anything else, right? And she was telling me that she had one from the 1900s that had all the keys, it didn't have upper and lower case. You couldn't press a button and get upper or lower case out of the same key. It had individual keys for upper, and they weren't staggered. They were all in a row. She showed me a picture of it. So, I guess you can find people to share a meal with. That makes things a lot more pleasant. But here's the thing. I think that a lot of times, especially in this day and age, if you ask somebody or offer them a place at your table to share a meal, share some conversation. Yeah, I don't know you, but who knows? Maybe we'll have something in common and we can have a good conversation. And I don't know. That's just the way I roll. But I think, honestly, my friend Carl that I've done a couple of these trips with so far. You see the back of him, or his headlights in the rearview mirror. But Carl always says, "Jesus, Richie, you could talk to a brick wall," which I guess I could. But you know what? The thing is, if I did, I think I'd probably get an answer out of that brick wall. I've talked to some brick walls in my time, let me tell you. But is that weird? Is that weird? So here's the thing. I do approach people and talk to them, people I don't know. I don't know if they think I'm strange. Maybe it is strange. Somebody approached me and talked to me. They do. They do to you, too. You're out on your motorcycle. You pull into a parking lot. You might have a couple of people come over and say, "Hey, where are you coming?" It's kind of the same thing. But there are some people that, for some reason, seem to have a problem with that. I don't know what it is. They 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 think you're strange, I guess, or dangerous. I'm not really sure. And I guess, honestly, look, I could look a little dangerous. I'm just saying. Well, I was with my sister down in Florida, and I can't remember, we were at Costco, and I had seen a lady in there checking out. She was an older woman. She had been, I guess, a colonel in some military branch because they called her colonel. And so anyway, she checked out. She went outside. She was uh, physically impaired. My sister and I checked out. We got in the car and we went to leave, and she was at her car with her carriage, and she was trying to get her walker into the car. I told my sister to stop, and I got out of the car, and the look on this lady's face when I got out of the car and started walking to her, obviously of military background. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but she really kind of had a scared look on her face, obviously being physically impaired. I know how that is. You feel vulnerable. But I just said, I'm sorry. I don't mean to scare you. I wanted to know if I could offer any help. I was in your situation not that long ago, and she immediately loosened up and said, "Oh, okay." Hello. How you doing? Fine, thanks. I wanted to ask you a question if I could. Take care, man. Maybe I'll chase these bikers down. Get an interview with them. We're in a little town called New Boston, New Hampshire. Beautiful little town. To give you an idea of the kind of homes that are out here. Some new homes out here, too, but a lot of older homes. You know what, folks? I've gone past, other than every Harley Davidson that I've gone past today, I think with the exception of 3 or 4 have waved. So maybe there's a change coming. Great little ice cream place right there. I was going to stop. No wave, no wave. And only one of them was a Harley, the other was a sport bike. But, what are you going to do? Following a couple of small bikes. I think it's a girl on the one in the front and a guy on the one behind. Or it's a guy with a big, long, braided pigtail.
And how about you?
I was 38.
48 or 30? 38, I was going to say. 38.
Well, Dad, I drove one.
Oh yeah? Now, what was the first one that you remembered and said, I have to do that? Was it his?
No.
No?
I was a kid and I used to go on the back of my friend's stepdad.
Oh yeah? You had a good time, wanted to do it yourself. Good on you guys. Thank you very much. Take care.
Well, there you go. Couple riding. Unfortunately, I didn't hear what the gentleman said. His first memory was too far away, and his little Suzuki was running there, putting away. I didn't really get much of that audio, I don't think, but they were friendly enough. People are willing to cooperate. See, and I just drive up and talk to people. What a life! This is my life. This is going to be my life. Yeah. So anyway, I'm thinking about doing a video about just kind of running away from home. I guess I don't know what else you'd call it. And I don't know. Maybe I'll put a twist on it. What would you think about me seeing if I could, or how long I could go out on the road on, let's say, I don't know, $1,000? What do you think? You wouldn't think you could go very far on $1,000. I might get to the end of the street. Oh, God. Changing. It's kind of what I'm thinking about doing. Something like that. I don't know. I've got a couple of things in mind. And listen, here's the deal. Just to entertain myself, really. Yeah, just to entertain myself. I hope somebody else gets entertained, but if not, I am. I got to find something to do to keep busy. I'm 65 years old. I don't have to work. I do. I like making money. Nothing wrong with that. And if I've got nothing else to do, why not? I'm looking for something else to do. Something longer term than, a week here and a week there, or a couple of weeks, or even the ones that I've done. I took off from April 4th to June 1st this year just to do some stuff and ride. And I took from, I don't know, beginning of May, I think, till the beginning of July last year. So I'm blessed in that I can do this. I know that. I realize that. I'm just trying to find little different spins to it that might be interesting to other people.